Hey guys, welcome to another commentary done by Diggity. Upper left hand corner we have Startail Ace starting as the blue Protoss, and if you missed last match, go check it out. Holy crap, I don't even know how Ace pulled that off. Really well played. We have oGs.MC starting the upper right hand corner as the red Protoss. And this is really a big pressure situation for him. If he drops this match, he will be 0-3 in division play, which does not bode well for him advancing out of this group. And that is not to be expected from a player of MC's caliber. We'll see if he can pull this match out. It is Korean PvP, so expecting some exciting action. These guys are professionals. This is what they do for a living on Backwater Gulch. Otherwise, if you want to check out more awesome action like this, go to NASL.TV. I really recommend buying a season pass. You're not only supporting esports. I love you guys, by the way. I love all of you. Also, by the way, while I'm thinking of esports, check out Total Biscuit, Mold Trap, HD, Husky, Anaris, the entire crew, everybody that does commentary, and I'm sure I've missed a bunch of people, but check them all out, because when you give us views, you're advancing the cause. Your entertainment is helping us out. Give the public service announcement. There's a gateway. It looks like initial scouts being sent on both directions. But anyway, go to NASL.TV and purchase a season pass. I know it's $25, but it's for 3 months of games, and I have a feeling a lot of you guys are going to want the season pass later on, and you're going to regret not getting it earlier. Especially when it gets to later division play, and especially when it gets to the playoff sort of time. So I really recommend buying it now and enjoying all the games in HD and that nice commercial-free stream right off the bat, rather than getting it later and it being less value, is basically what I'm trying to say. And again, that supports things like the NASL, and if the NASL succeeds, that means Starcraft 2 succeeds as an esport. Ace has that assimilator up, has that gateway, a little bit more standard build this time, nothing too crazy off the bat. oGs.MC has that gateway out as well. It looks like he's slightly ahead on his probes, but not so much that you would think it's so significant. Looks like that probe doing an end around now, realizing that scouting information is going to come out somewhat later. Shouldn't be too significant though, because that Zealot will be out, but at the same time it's a Zealot preventatively, not a Stalker. So still should be able to get a good look at specifically the gas count. What could be missed here is Chrono Boost. And really, let's see if he can move up. Well, actually, never mind. You can just run up, click on the Nexus, get a good look. And interesting, MC showing a very quick second gas, which suggests tech. I assume he's not going for a fast expansion build. This could be 3-gate into Robo. It could be a 3-gate into Twilight Council DT or something like that. Interesting play early, though, that he's just flat out showing this to Ace, and I'm a bit surprised by that, considering if he waited even 5 seconds, see, he's not even mining gas out of this. If you waited just a couple seconds, he could get that Stalker out and then draw this pro back, which is happening right now. In the meantime, looks like we do have the gateway units as well, Cybernetics Core, and I assume we're going to see some of that Chrono Boost expended there. All in these units, yeah, there's the Chrono Boost, getting that Stalker out quickly to draw back the probe on the opposite end. I don't think blood's been drawn on either side, yeah, just in case I missed it out in open field. But yeah, very interesting. Now a much later assimilator now for Ace, and what this is going to do is give him more minerals early. Could possibly produce additional probes, but I don't think there's really going to be that sizable gap. What it at the least is going to get him is 2 gateways, all slightly earlier. And sorry I didn't have the production tab up there. But MC, looking like he's going to posture aggressive, is actually on the lower ramp. Still no Robo that I'm seeing, and I'm still waiting for this early assimilator tech to really stick in, and I'm almost wondering if we're going to see additional sentries moving forward, but it looks like there are 2 sentries and a Zealot to engage, and there it is, Twilight Council, never mind, from Ace taking the early Twilight Council, rather than oGs.MC. There's 3 Stalkers on the front, going to take some damage, not taking base damage, so no big loss, is going to be able to back off with this. So interesting play. So 3 gateways up and running for MC, no 4th gateway. Maybe we're going to see a 3-gateway into expand. He is starting to draw the resources to do so. And just as I say that, he too is building a Twilight Council, which is going to come out much later than Ace's Twilight Council. And if this turns into Dark Templar versus Dark Templar, it could get really entertaining really fast. And it's going to come down to who can get the Dark Templar blockade on the front. Never mind. Blink Stalkers from Ace to start. We're going to see if it's going to be Blink Stalkers as well for MC on Backwater Gulch. 3 gateways for both players. MC, with actually a huge macro lead, has just pumped out the Harvesters. And perhaps that's with the Chrono Boosts. Should have paid more attention to that in the field, but currently he does have a sizable economic lead. He's going to have Blink a bit later, but it's going to be up to Ace to go forward and do some damage with the Stalker count that he has. Interesting pylon to the south as well, and this almost leads me to believe he's going to try to sneak an expansion down here, or something along those lines. Very odd placement indeed. Taking control of Xel'Naga watchtowers, wanting to deny information, but keep in mind MC is looking to go for a forward attack as well, and he might be able to engage some of these forces while they're separated. Oh, it's shifting forward. It looks like, okay, Startail Ace realizing engagement. He needs to back out of this. He's going to end up losing some Stalkers for free, regathering, canceling it. There was a probe with that, so he was looking to get aggressive as well, and he is going to get Blink, so he's going to be able to escape with the Stalkers, but still losing Zealots. So still going to end up bleeding a couple of these attack forces early and taking the high defensive position. Fortunately for him, he does have these 3 gateways, or sorry, yeah, he does have the 3 gateways. He does have a pylon nearby, trying to provide some defense. Needs to get Blink out, and he still needs to engage his heads up, because keep in mind that Blink with that high ground spotting. You can still press through this, but it looks like MC actually halting, not pressing this forward, and Ace instead able to hold this. Okay, swing back around. Okay, he does have a sentry to provide some force field and do some cutoff, but it's not going to be that much of a factor now with Ace with Blink as well. Very interesting play from both players. oGs.MC still with the economic lead, backing off a bit, nothing but Stalkers, and looking at the flat Stalker count, it looks like Ace does have a slight lead in that regard, able to pick off a pylon, which is going to even up that Zealot loss, but still 4 probes behind. And this is what really makes me curious, is this pylon to the south. That makes me very, very curious. It looks like an additional Stalker going to try to sneak out in the field, just try to examine things. Robotics facility now for Ace. On the opposite side, no Robo. Actually, am I missing it? Okay, Robo about halfway finished. Am missing it. Really interesting play from both players. Stalkers, that single Stalker is going to be able to escape with some Blink and some forward action. It looks like Ace is setting up to take an expansion. Well, I take it back. He keeps storing up the 400 minerals, warping and stuff in. I keep it. Okay, there he is taking expansion. At kind of an odd location, 9 o'clock. There it is. I was about to say, okay, he's not storing up those minerals for nothing, throwing me off, making me feel silly. Flat unit count still 14 versus 12. He has the slight lead there. The Zealots, I'm not sure why Zealots are being warped in, honestly. I don't think Zealots are going to be that big a factor, particularly against these Blink Stalkers, unless they can really get up and hug that front. So we'll see how they're going to be effective in this field. An Observer being produced by MC is going to follow it up with an Immortal, actually supply capping himself, not having the pylon there, so trying to sneak out a pylon, that hurts, especially with that Immortal a little bit slowed down, no chrono boost being wasted there. An Immortal immediately, other side, with the Observer sneaking out in the field, going to see them coming across. MC still has the supply lead, but the question is for how long, because keep in mind 9 o'clock base, completely hidden, is up and running. The question now for MC is pushing up and getting aggressive, and is he going to be confused by this? He does have a significant Stalker lead. He is going to have that Mortal as well, but is he going to recognize that fact upon not seeing an expansion? Is he just going to be able to run up and spot the flat amount of Stalkers that are being fielded? And it looks like already some probes moving out to the 9 o'clock, Maynarding. I always have trouble saying that. And now MC, feeling confident, is going to take his natural expansion, thinking he has an economic lead perhaps a bit later. And still, I'm almost curious how these Zealots are going to be utilized in the Blink Stalker on Blink Stalker battle. Not something I'm accustomed to seeing all that often. So more Blink Stalkers, just pure Blink Stalkers being upgraded here on Ace on the opposite side. It is possible with some Sentry Force Fields and with some energy being expended on the opposite Blink Stalkers, it could be a big differential. Anyhow, just taking a look at the infrastructure, additional gateways being planted, level 1 weapons being upgraded off a forge, as well as additional gateways being planted. Ace does have the economic lead. He still has not tacked on any additional gas, and he needs to catch up, though, still macro-wise, because looking at the flat harvester count, 36, never mind, taking a big lead, 36-29. So MC actually squandering what is a large army here, not pressing forward and getting aggressive with it. He's just assuming that Ace is playing a standard game, when in fact Ace has snuck this 9 o'clock base. And I almost wonder if he was thinking about sneaking this base initially with this pylon at location, and hopefully he can provide enough scouting information where you can make sure all this is accounted for. Observer catching this Observer moving up in field. And this is, oh man, this is devastating for MC, because he's wandering up, he's still just assuming this natural expansion is up and running, that it's basically this natural rather than something else. And when he moves up and sees in fact that it is missing, it could really throw him off his match. Will not know how to react perhaps. Zealot leg charge, that will definitely make those Zealots more effective. So it looks like we're going to see a leg charge timing attack. A lot of Blink Stalkers moving forward, clearing the Xel'Naga watchtower. going to chase this Stalker down to the south. And still more pylons sneaking out to the corner. So really a long game plan here for Ace. Oh, 2 health left on that Stalker. It is not long for life. Sneaking back around, but I think Ace is setting up to take his natural finally, while he's already had this third running for quite a while, and it looks like he does have the assimilator up and running. And it looks like he is, and he does have the flat harvester lead by quite a bit. The thing is just this army and surviving that zealot leg charge. And I assume MC is going to press forward with this leg charge, moving up, seeing no natural. Well, okay, this is kind of a hard situation when he sees this. Okay, no natural immortals. He's probably thinking there must be more attack troops that I'm not seeing, perhaps. But there are no zealots in this composition. This is actually going to hold him to home base. Oh, and this sucks, because this is where he actually needs to press forward and get aggressive. And I'm almost worried that he's not going to upon seeing the fact that there was no natural. Instead, he might just try to set up, play defensively, and wait for an inevitable attack that just isn't coming. Yeah, it looks like he's a bit confused in this, and he actually is, in fact, holding back Robotics Bay now being produced to try to get some Colossi. And this is going to allow Ace to continue to build, well, actually still behind as far as just the flat unit count goes, still ahead in Harvesters, still waiting for him to take a third base quickly or execute an attack once he has level 1 weapons. He has skipped the Zealot leg charge, is getting another Observer out in the field, and actually moving up to take his gold expansion, perhaps. Has done a fantastic job of information denial, has definitely thrown MC off, and perhaps dodged a bullet as a result. The question is now, is the timing versus that Colossi. Colossi, if it is produced in great numbers in the field, it can do a lot of damage very rapidly, but this is kind of a vulnerable timing for MC as well. If he doesn't get those Colossi and pump them out very rapidly, he could get caught in a serious transition, but I think this attack is going to happen. Actually, level 2 weapons. Straight level 2 weapons versus 0. Interesting. Wow. So these Stalkers are actually going to be more effective, and particularly if they can micro around this boulder, they're going to be fantastic. Losing that Observer, so they're not going to be able to sneak that high ground advantage. And I love how he actually held back a large portion of that army. Zealots now pushing forward, but again, they don't have the force fields. They don't have... Oh, yeah. Not a great position for them. They can just blink around, and actually running out of energy for charge now. And this is a great concavity for Ace. He's going to annihilate a lot of these troops. Also losing an immortal, but it doesn't make a difference. Still level 2 weapons and plenty of Stalkers. MC blinking forward. I don't think he realizes how far behind he is in the flat upgrade battle. And these troops getting annihilated. More troops being warped in. And this is a genius timing attack from Ace. Able to press forward, hunting him down with the Blink Stalkers. There is a single Colossi, though, out in the field. I don't know if that's going to be enough. Perhaps it will. Ace has taken the macro lead. He does have economic control. Observer just checking that natural expansion. Has to be confused at this stage. Looking for a pincer attack. It looks like some Stalkers looking to jump up the high ground. Okay, now blinking forward. Catching a lot of this army in half. They need to focus that Colossi down. Still engaging. Keep in mind, still level 2 weapons. Having trouble microing through. Now blinking forward. Able to isolate that Colossus. Take that Colossus out. And waiting for more reinforcements to come up. Ace actually just sitting with what he has. And it actually might be enough. Microing the units back. Nice engagement. Able to pick out that Colossus, and he still has more reinforcements to press this forward. He needs to take care of those Zealots with their charge in open field, still waiting for another Colossus to join the fray. Okay, there is an additional Colossus. Now the question is are there enough Stalkers to pound through it? More units being warped in, and I think this might be it. MC continuing to press forward, blinking right on top of the Colossus, focus firing it down. Once again, it is taken out, almost a null factor there. There is actually even number of Stalkers in open field. And with that level 2 weapons, you will see Ace take the win. Pressing forward, trying to warp more units in, but oh my goodness, this is incredible play from Ace and devastating for MC. And I have to say, just taking that hatchery and everything, just working absolutely fantastically for Ace in this match. Actually, it's not over yet. Looks like he is going to back off. I was still waiting for more units to warp in, perhaps hitting a little bit of a blockade, but he definitely has, and he needs to be careful. Actually, he's done a fantastic job of picking off troops. Let's see if he can actually go into a contain, because the main for MC's mined out, natural expansion, somewhat thin. Actually, still doing okay. Still a lot of opportunity to harass along this corner, and keep in mind, still level 2 weapons upgrades. Actually, neither player really producing anything for quite some time. Main mined out for Ace as well. So it looks like he's just, warping in. It's almost the Stalker on Stalker fight in even numbers at this stage. MC trying to get an additional gas to work with. Both players' position, this is really razor thin. Moving up there, I still think this is going to pay off over time for Ace, because he still has this weapons upgrade advantage, and the more units he can warp in to make these troops more viable, and the more he can keep doing this sort of action, running in, sneaking in, picking off the sentries, the Zealots, and forcing it to Stalker on Stalker fights. Oh, he's just trying to pick them off one by one, blink back, recharge his shield, shuffle back around, and allow his superior upgrades to win the day. And it looks like he is having a lot of success in doing so. Still a solid supply lead. Ooh, some sentries now right there with this army composition. This could be dangerous. Some well-timed force fields could be everything. Observer sneaking up. They're not going to be able to quite blink up. And actually, if we see a blink here, a force field there, the zealots and sentries on the low ground are going to be a completely null factor. And again, the stalker on stalker fight is always going to favor Ace here. Engaging right there, the zealot being caught in between, trying to pin these forces forward, catching a lot of those stalkers. Keep in mind, they do have blink, but they don't really have a place to blink to, and they don't want to engage in even number fights here because the level 2 weapons just going to chew through MC's army. And nice blink micro. Oh my goodness, look at Ace blinking the weak stalkers back continually. And in this engagement with the level 2 weapons upgrade, he's going to be able to just straight fist fight his way through. There's GG from MC, an incredible play from Startail Ace, taking the match, putting MC at 0-3, and I think Ace actually increases his lead to 3-0. Wow. Really well micro, really well played across the board. Thank you guys for listening. Again, check out NASL.tv. Also, check out their daily broadcasts. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Also, check out everybody. Watch StarCraft, you guys. Love you all. Thanks for listening.